It's all banker driven. When the IMF approaches the president of Belarus and he says, or they say, we're gonna offer you a gigantic loan, something like $90 million. But a stipulation to the loan is that you have to lock your country down, you have to mandate masks. How does that make sense? Why do the banks give a crap about things like that? Now, if you're a bank and you're going to loan someone money, your number one concern is that the lendee has the ability to repay the loan. And my question is, how does locking a country down, closing businesses, and mandating masks have anything to do with the country's ability to repay the loan? And the truth is that it doesn't. Except if you look at it from the perspective of a vulture capitalist. So when you crash an economy and people go broke, they go bankrupt, they lose their business, their mortgage, and then you're sitting on a pile of cash and you walk in and you buy up their business or their property on pennies on the dollar, then it makes sense. Because that's what a psychopathic venture capitalist would do. He would crash someone's economy, and then when everybody goes bankrupt, you come in and you buy their shit for pennies on the dollar. That's where it starts to make sense. Now, I had an experience at the bank yesterday where I was harassed multiple times. First, as I approached by some gigantic, massive black guy security guard, masked up, and he says to me, "Can I help you, sir?" Well, I'm here to make a deposit. I'm here to do business with the bank, and you're a fucking security guard. So, no thank you. I'm quite secure. I don't need your help. I'm here to do business with the bank. Why the actual fuck would you be asking if you can help me? You're a security guard. I'm here to do business with the bank. Are you a teller? Because I'm here to do business with the bank. I don't go to the bank to do business with a fucking security guard. And then the manager shows up right away. And she says, "Hey, blah, 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 blah. No one's harassing you." And I'm literally, I swear to God, I said to her, I said, "I didn't accuse anyone of harassing me. I want to do business here, okay? I got checks to deposit. Do you have an account with us?" I just said I have checks to deposit. Wouldn't it make sense that I have an account with you? And even if I didn't have an account with you, would that make a difference? Maybe I'm a new customer. Maybe I want to open an account. How is it relevant whether I have an account or not? I'm here to do business. I'm not here to talk to a security guard. Why are you asking me if I have an account? How is that relevant? Well, I see you're not wearing a mask. Can I assume that it's for a medical reason? At this point, I nearly swallowed my tongue. Now, I'm not looking for a confrontation. What I said to her was, "That's correct. I can't wear one." That's what I said to her. Now, I could have laid into her heavy, because she's got no business asking why, or even suggesting or asking or questioning why I can't wear one. Because there's philosophical reasons, there's psychological reasons, there are religious reasons, and there are medical reasons. And she's got no business asking me why I'm not wearing a mask. That's actually illegal. And then later on, the security guard gives me a hard time because I'm not standing on their fucking stickers. And the manager gave me a hard time because I wasn't standing on their stickers. Now, I go to Home Depot, I go to Publix and Kroger. Nobody says a damn word. I walk in, I do my business, I buy my stuff, and I leave. Nobody even gives me a dirty look. But every time I go to the bank, I get harassed. So it seems around here in Georgia, where things are relaxed for the most part, most stores, things are pretty lax. This seems that the only people who really care are the banks, the people at the bank. And then you consider this president of Belarus who comes out and says, the IMF offered me this giant loan and they stipulated that I'm supposed to shut down my country, close businesses, mandate masks, etc. Why would the bank care that you mandate masks, that you close your businesses? Cashless society, track and trace. We're going to tax and track and trace every single move you make. You can't even hire the neighborhood kid to shovel gravel or dig a ditch. You can't pay cash for the lawnmower that your neighbor wants to sell. Think about that. I could go into further detail, like the women's liberation movement, where bankers were on record saying there's a whole 50% of the society that we can't tax because women don't typically work. So the bankers were actually behind the women's lib. I could go on and on and on. But this whole Rona nonsense is banker driven. Now, before I close this out, think about this. If you're a bank, you have to pay tellers to count cash. You have to have machines to count cash. You have to have ATM machines to distribute cash. And the ATM machines require engineers and computer guys to create the things and maintain the things and fix them when they break. That's very expensive. If you're a bank, imagine how much money you're going to save when we finally move to a cashless society. And if you're a government, think about how much money that you can tax that's not being taxed. All the cash transactions. If I buy a lawnmower from my neighbor, there's no tax. Government doesn't get their piece of that pie. You want to hire the neighborhood kid to dig a ditch, shovel gravel, right? Help you clean up the yard debris, whatever. Think about that. Think about the advantage to the bank when we finally get to the cashless society. Think about the government who can tax every single move you make. Track and trace and taxation. Think of the money that the bank is going to save when there's no more cash. Everything is digital. And I got news for you guys. When everything goes digital, we're fucked.